Hello. All right, so today I'm going to try a little experiment here. I'm going to see if I can do this live. So what I'm using is I'm using a plugin called Rubber Hose. And in Rubber Hose, you have three different options. You've got the rubber pin tool, you've got the rubber rig tool, and you've got the rubber hose. And so when you create the rubber hose, it's kind of like the cartoony legs or whatever. But when you create the rubber pin, it's just like more control over like the normal puppet pin. And what we're going to be using today is the rubber rig. And so the rubber rig is where you take something like this. So I've built a bunch of these parts in Photoshop, so you can see how kind of all of these, I'm just going to separate them all so you can see them all. A bunch of different parts, and they kind of move together and whatnot. And one of the things I've noticed with Rubber Hose, the plugin, is that you need to have everything be vertical in the file itself. And so in the Photoshop file, I've kind of moved everything to be vertical, and I save this, and I bring it into After Effects. And so you can see under Robot Parts Layers here, I've got all my different layers. The last thing that is really important is that you need to turn on these little layer controls, because you need to know exactly where the center is. And so in the exact center here, we have this plus sign. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit the quote sign, the one that's in between it's right next to enter on the right side of your keyboard, you know, when you're putting quotes around something. So quote or asterisk, or not asterisk, but the apostrophe. So that'll toggle that on or off. So when you turn that on, this gives you the center point. The center point is going to be that joint. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just do an example. So I'm going to grab the first piece that I need to do and the second piece that I need to do. Okay, and these two are going to articulate. Now, they need to be roughly equal in length. They also need to be a joint right here in the center. So I'm going to grab both of them. I'm going to hit S for scale, and I'm going to take the scale down to 50%. And then I'm going to move this one up, and I'm going to put where it articulates right there in the plus sign. Okay, now here's the trick that Rubber Hose says in the instructions, is you need to grab this first, then hold shift and grab that. So it's important to select the top one first and then the bottom one, okay? After you do that, you come over here to your Rubber Hose and you push on the button that says New Rubber Rig, okay? And it goes through, and what you'll see down here in your timeline, you've got a hose wrist, a hose shoulder, and a hose center. I'm going to grab these and I'm going to color them all dark green, just so I can kind of see the difference. And you'll see that it now kind of rotates, but it squishes a little bit, and I want it to be very rigid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Realism up here under Effects Controls, and if you don't see Effects Controls, you can pull that up under Window. I'm going to take Realism and put it to 100. Now they won't, got to click away and click again, now it won't bend. And so now I can come in here like this, and I can have this like that. All right, so I'm going to move this off to the side. Okay, and let's do the next one. So that's 1 and 2. Now, after I have these done, if I want to, I can rotate them a little bit. So I'm going to hit W, and I'm going to rotate this just so it kind of like lines up with that controller. But once I don't need it, I can lock it, and then I can hit Shy Guy here, and they will go away. I also don't need the center point, so I'm going to Shy Guy that guy out of the way as well. Okay, so now that I have those, I've got these two. Oops, I'm still on my rotate. So I've got these two. Everything else will kind of continue to follow it, even though it's locked and hidden. Okay, so I'm going to put that over to the side. Let's go back to my project. And if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask them kind of as I go here. I'm just gonna keep going unless somebody asks a question. So I have 1 and 2, so I'm going to do 3 and 4. So I'm actually going to do 4 and hand. So I'm going to go here. Okay, there's one, and then where's my hand? Right here, there's two. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna grab these guys, hit scale, scale these down to 50%, not 500%, but 50%. And then I'll move them around. So this guy, I'm gonna line him up roughly about there. And this guy, I'm gonna line him up right about there. And the cool thing that I've added here is this guy is going to cover that little slider joint. So I'm gonna put that on top. I'm pressing Control right bracket. And then I'm gonna hit S for scale. I'm gonna scale that down to 50% as well. Okay, and because this is just going to basically be attached to the other thing. Is that this one? That's that one. Okay, I'm just going to parent it to this. Then I'm going to lock it and then hide it so it goes away. So now that will move with that, and I can move it independently if I want, but it's parented, so it's in there. Okay, so I'm going to grab the first one, and then I'm going to hold Shift and grab the second one, and I'm going to go back to my rubber rig, create a new rubber rig. Okay, and then I'm going to take realism, crank it to 100. Okay, and I'm going to change the color of these to orange. Okay, I don't need center, so I'm going to hide the center. Okay, and I no longer need these, and let's see, they're pretty lined up the way that I want them to be. So I'm going to lock both of them, and then hide them. Okay, and now I can move this around as well. Okay, so I'm going to fold this up. Let's move it over here. Now if you go too far, it'll stretch, but it won't squish anymore. So there's that. Okay, let's go back. And what do we have left? I've done that one already. I've done that one already. I need that one. So I think I have, and then I just have the fingers left. I'll do the fingers last. Okay, so let's go here. I need this twice. Once and twice. Okay, so this is actually rotated off to the side, so I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we will see whether it does. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, and then I'm going to select the top one, the bottom one. I'm going to hit New Rubber Rig. Okay, it puts them like that. Okay, now that they're there, I can grab this guy, and I can rotate him up. And I can grab this guy and rotate him down. Okay, and I'm going to try something that hasn't really worked for me before, but let's see, segment length. No, that's not going to do it. So give me effect controls. I'm going to grab that, and let's see, hose length. It's going to kind of bend everything around a little bit. I don't want to do that because it distorts it. Bend radius, let's turn realism up to 100. Let's see if this is as bad as I think it is. It's fine. That's okay. It's a little loose. I really need that to be in a different thing. Let's see what we got for hose length here. If I do that, it just distorts everything. All right, so let's try this again. I'm gonna delete these rigs, which throws everything off to the side here. Let's see if we start with them rotated, if they will work. Okay, grab the top one, grab the bottom one, hit the rubber rig tool. It's still off. I'm doing that squishy thing, so let's go realism up to 100. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, I forgot to scale these down, so let's grab both of them. And let's see if this screws it up by scaling it. It doesn't. Okay, so I wonder if I can scale this up so that it matches that pin. Because this one I need it to be right on there. Okay. Great. That is great. Okay. So I'm gonna grab this one and try the same thing. Did I lock these? So I'm gonna shy guy. Let's unlock all this stuff. Go Command A and U to kind of collapse that. Let's do that as well. Okay. So this one, let's deselect everything. This one, can I scale that? Bigger, smaller, smaller. I want it to be right on that joint. There we go. Pretty good. Pretty dang good. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate this so that it goes on the side. So I'm going to hit R for rotate. And I want that to kind of be in the middle-ish. Right there. That's good. Okay, so now hit V. Go back to my black arrow tool. Alright, so here's the trick. Now we want to line all these things up. I still don't want those to be that big. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump over to Photoshop. I'm going to grab this guy because I should have done this before. And I'm going to copy him into a new document. And so we'll just go, seems to help when everything is 1920 by 1080. And paste it. Okay, and I'm going to find the vertical here. I'm going to turn the grid on. Nope, no grid. Did that change too? Ugh. This new Photoshop, man. I don't know anymore. I can't see anything. New guide layer. Oh, whatever. That's good. All right, I just needed something to show me what vertical is, and I'm going to go completely vertical. There we are. Okay. And I'll save myself the trouble and just cut this in half right now. This is just a very small piece. Great. Wonderful. Okay, file save as. We'll just go robot piece. Where am I putting this? There, great. Okay. So then we come back over to After Effects. I'm going to go Command or Control I. I'm going to go find that right here. Where was it? Bumper. And I'm looking for robot piece. There we go. That one. That's the one. Take it to composition retain layer size. Press import. Okay. We've got a robot piece. Robot piece layers is the one that I need. So I'm going to drag this down here like this. Come on, go in there. That's great. Great, great, great. Now I'm going to get rid of that other one. So let's Shy Guy everything. I don't need this one or this one anymore. So delete. Okay. And then that one, and that one can also be deleted because they're no longer attached to anything. Okay, I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to move one of these up top and the other one at the bottom. Grab the top one first, hold shift, select the bottom one, press my rubber hose button, boom. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay, great. Then I'm going to go to Effect Controls. Got to grab the bottom control to make this work. Realism up to 100. Okay, I'm going to grab this guy and I'm just going to slightly adjust the length so that it fits right there. Grab this one and slightly adjust the length of that so that it goes right there. Okay, I'm going to rotate that one ever so slightly. See, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get that plus sign right on that joint because of what I'm about to do next. Right there. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So now let's see what we've got. Grab this one. Okay, so I can Shy Guy these. So I'm going to lock that. Grab Shy Guy and Shy Guy. And then I'm going to make these all be purple. And I will Shy Guy the center. So now I have my three controls, and now I'm going to parent them to each other. Because here's the trick. Rubber hose is made for arms and legs, but what it is not made for is it is not made for a giant robot arm that has multiple points of articulation. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link these up. That goes there, and that goes there. Okay, so that one's purple, and that one's, let's see. So shoulder purple to hose green, or to wrist green. Okay, so I'll take this one, and I'm going to parent it to that one. Now in theory, yeah, so now that articulates the way that I want, which means I no longer need that one. Okay, actually I'm going to bring that back, and I want to lock it. So I want to lock those two. I'll shy that up. Okay, so now, yeah, that'll move all over the place. That's great. Okay, and then I want this one and this one to be right on top of each other. That is great. And so this one is the hose wrist. And the other one has got to be, what is that? Orange. So we'll go orange to hose wrist, and then I will lock this one and shy it. That didn't work. Okay, so do we go the other direction? This is got to be the shoulder, right? What is this? Hose wrist. So it's got to go to the shoulder. So this one to the shoulder. And then lock that guy. There we are. Excellent. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this up, which is going to take me a minute here. So I'm going to grab this. Let's put this all the way off to the side. And we'll close them up like this. Oh no, what's going on? Is that not locked? That is not locked. You dirty rat. Let's shy guy down here. We'll hit tilde to go to the full thing. You all get locked. I don't want to see you anymore. I don't want anything that is shied to be active. Hose wrist, does that need to be shied? So we'll tilde out of there. Let's see now if this works. It does. Okay, so now we will come in here and pull this down. And that obviously stretches that too much. So we'll fold that up like this, which stretches that too much. We'll fold that up like this. Okay, so I don't need that one. So now with these 4 controls, I can control this entire arm. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit these, all of them. And I'm going to hit P for position, and I'm going to turn the position on. And that will be considered unfolded. And then we will take, let's take 1 second to unfold. Okay, so I'm going to grab this, bring it out there like this, grab this one, come out a little bit more, grab this one, it'll come fully out all the way. Now I don't know if this is going to work, but if it does, it would be rad. So let's see how that unfolds, literally. What is this one? That was that one. So that one's going to stay right there. Yes! Okay, so I'm just going to render that to kind of see. Cool. Okay, and with that like that, I'm going to grab, hit J to jump back to that keyframe. I'm going to spread this out like this. And this one is going to come up because I want to slam it down. And in the middle here, I actually want this to drop because I want it to kind of unfold along a track. There we go. Big track like that. Great. And then this is just going to slam down We'll assume that the ground is right there. I might have to change that in a minute. Boom. Gotta make the noises or it doesn't count. Okay, so let's try it again. Boom. Okay, and I want that to happen a little bit faster, so I'm gonna speed that up. Boom. Okay. And let us, yeah, maybe not that fast. We'll play with this in a minute. Boom. Boom. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Good times. Okay, now I'm going to leave this there. So this one, I'm going to add another keyframe. And then at 2 seconds, it's going to start pulling this over. And then everything will just kind of like fold back up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is the fingers. So I'm going to go back to my project. And I'm going to go to robot fingers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I need left. What is this? Upper? Upper. So I need left, and I'll just get all these. And I'm dragging down here. All right. Okay, all of you will now be 50% the size. And I am going to solo all of you as well, so that you're the only thing that I see by clicking on that solo button. Then let's take these ones and we will collapse them. There we go. Okay, so this one is robot finger upper right, and so lower right. So first let's do those and unsolo those. All right, so you go up here like this, and you come down here like this. I'm gonna put you on top. Okay, and as soon as that is where I think it should be, I'm going to highlight the top one and the bottom one. Come back to rubber hose and hit my rubber rig button. Okay, and I will change these to be pink color. And then I don't need the center, so I will hide that. Not all of them. I had them all selected. Let me collapse that. Okay. Then Shy Guy that. Okay. So now let's take this bottom one and let's take realism up to 100. And we can click away, and that folds out so nicely. Ooh, love it. Okay, that's great. So it's going to slap the ground right like that. Boom. Snap. Okay, cool. I like that. So I'm going to bring this over here. Select both of them and we'll just drag it. Come down here. Okay, now let's get the other ones. So we'll unsolo those. Something is still soloed. There we go. Okay. Then robot fingers. Which ones are which? This one and this one. Those need to be pink. And they need to be Shy Guide. This one and this one need to be soloed. So they're the only thing that we see. Then I will take the upper finger and the lower. And put this one on top so that we see the joint there. Grab that like that. Grab this like this. Grab the top first, hold shift, grab the bottom, press rubber rig. Okay. Then realism to 100. Uncheck it. Okay, now here's where it becomes tricky. Because the other one bends this direction. We need to turn bend direction to 100% the other way. So we'll go negative 100. Now we'll bend where we want it to, like that. So, oh, but now that's off. Okay, I'm going to re-rig this whole thing. My alignment was a little bit off. I need that to fold differently. Okay, so you guys go bye-bye. I'm not sure why that deleted the other ones. Oh, it didn't. It just moved them. Come back over here. All right, so there you go. And I would like you to solo again. so I think before I didn't have this lined up in the middle like I should have. Like that. Get the top, get the bottom. Rubber rig, boom. Perfect, look at that. Okay, grab this bottom one, realism up to 100, bend direction to -100, and click, click, boom. Love it. That's great. Okay, grab this and this, and we'll also bring those over here. Okay, so we'll unsolo these. I'm going to change these to, I don't know, red. These also go red. Okay, and then I don't need these anymore, so I will lock them, and I will solo them. I don't need my center, and I will solo that. Okay, now grab this guy. Okay, and we'll move him so that they line up with that part. That is great. And we'll fold them up like this. Okay, and I'm going to take the red shoulder and I'm going to put that on the robot hand. So we'll unshy everything, we will hit tilde, and we'll go hose red shoulder to robot hand. Tilde again to come back. Now in theory, this should move with the rest. Haha, it does not. Because that other controller is not parented. That's okay. So let's parent that other controller. So wrist should also parent to robot hands. Come back. Now it got smaller. It got smaller because it's smaller. I'm going to parent it to the control. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back over here. What the heck? It's going all over the place. Okay, so we'll be over here. I'm going to take these off to none and to none. Now let's see if we're still bending correctly. We are. That looks beautiful. Okay, I think I might have this come down from the center a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so let's be out like that. All right, it's a little stretched. They turn blue when they stretch, so. Okay, so we've got that. We got that. And what is this hose? That is hose 2, so orange wrist. So I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to parent them to orange wrist. And now that moves. Yeah. Yeah, baby. All right. Great. Then I need to parent the other one. So this is going to go here. And we will open this up like so. Okay, that's pretty good. And we're working with pink. And so I'm going to go pink wrist and shoulder. We'll parent to orange wrist. Now they both should go. They do beautifully. Okay, so let's take these and fold them up so that they're inside here, and fold you up so that you are inside here as well. That looks good. Okay, and then we will, let's go Command A, U, to expose all of our keyframes. And so right here, it smacks. Okay, so now I need red and pink, correct? Okay, So wrist right there. I'm going to go position. I'm going to turn on both of those. And then just in a few seconds, or partial, bring this out and slap it down. Let's see how that looks. Okay, except right there I want it to be up a little bit. So I'm going to curve this path slightly so that it kind of rotates along a curve because I want it to kind of slap down. So we'll go boom, boom. Beautiful. Okay. So then there's no need to have this one here, so I'm just going to turn that off. Actually, I don't need this one at all, so I'm going to lock it and hide it. Okay. And I also don't need this one anymore, so I will lock that and hide that. So the only thing that I have left, the hand, and what is this? There we go, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that back. And I will turn position on here. Let me jump back to that. Turn position on by clicking on the keyframe there. That's great. Great, great, great. And then we need to move this forward and move this out and down like so. And then we'll curve it up. Yes. Oh, that's nice. I like that a lot. Okay. So let's come over here, deselect everything. Boom. Boom. I love that, except it doesn't happen fast enough. So let's zoom in right here by pressing the plus. And let's just make it happen in like, what is this? Yeah, we'll just make it happen in a few frames here. Boom, super fast. Okay. Come out. Cool. That's a little too fast, but let's check it. Well, let's just check it. Yeah, I don't like that speed. Slow it down just a little bit by moving these keyframes so there's a few frames in between them. Love it. Print it. All right. Take this whole thing and make it go faster. This. Okay. Beautiful. beautiful. Okay, so that's my robot arm. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go to arm, robot arm, and I'll click save. And now I can start adding the rest of the parts. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to show you today. So hopefully you enjoyed that. It's kind of fun to see this kind of come in and come out. You know, while it goes down, actually, I'm going to do one more thing. I want to move the rest of this right here. So I'm going to move this up, and this over. Just to give it a little bit of extra movement. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Now I just need to fix that part where this guy needs to be flat. this down a little bit more so that I can come over somewhat. Yeah, like that. Okay, so we'll come out. Okay, and I am just going to drift some of these a little bit. So this one I want to be a little bit of a drift. This one I want to, let's see, that one stays. I want this one to drift as well, slightly. So I'm just gonna have that kind of drift the whole time. Yeah, as soon as it goes stationary, it just looks weird. Then there, I'm gonna move this one up. So this just goes, oops, goes up. Cool. Oh, and I was gonna show you where this is gonna go. Maybe I'm going to have this drift the whole time, like that. Actually, I'm going to keep having this drift after the fact as well. The reason I'm having that move the whole time is I kind of want constant movement. Because otherwise it just seems strange. So while that is going up, I'm going to have this drop. Okay, I can't move that one then. That needs to go away, because if that one moves, it rotates the whole head. Pretty dang awesome. Okay, that's cool. All right, so, hey Tim, how's it going? Good to see you in the chat. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I have my robot arm. I'm going to, I've saved this. So now I'm going to open up the other animation here. Robot arm, tentacle splash ink, I believe. Let's see where we're at on that. Convert it, that's fine. Oh, this isn't the right one. All right, so let me find it here. Open recent. Bumper. I think bumper is the one I want. Don't save that one. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we've got bumper open. We'll take this to one view. Yeah, all right. So this is cool. Okay, so this is our whole deal. And now I'm going to add, I'm going to go File, Import. And I'm going to find my robot hand, which is actually over here. Robot arm. And go import. Okay. And then inside of my robot arm, I should have a, yeah. So I'm gonna take that and put it there. So that comes out. Awesome. Okay. So now we just need to move this to where that is needed, which is right there. So I'm gonna make it three-dimensional. And I need it to come out after it settles, right there. So move this whole thing over like that. And then we need to position it. So yeah, After Effects is really cool. Talking to Tim in the chats, for those of you that are watching this later. After Effects is awesome. I have a whole tutorial based on it, or a whole playlist based on it. And it is rad. I love After Effects. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my anchor point tool and I'm going to anchor near that. And I need to look at where this is because I would like it to be the same as the TV. The TV's there and the robot arm is there. Great. Okay, so now, oh, this is right. So I need this. Let's scale it up. Be much bigger than you are. About like that. Be wonderful. Okay, and then, yeah, you'll just come out like that. Okay, so then I need to just hide you. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right there. And then this whole arm should expand out of the television. It goes way too far. So I'll need to move my camera. Or I can move my hand, I guess. I can move it around. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll move my hand. Okay, so there's that. So the edge of the screen in this shot is going to be that. Okay, so I'm going to double click back into my robot arm. Open up. There we go. Okay, so the edge of the screen is right here in that other composition. So Control R, I'm going to put that right there. So I don't want to exceed that boundary. And I might redo all of these keyframes. Let's see. We will see. We shall see. Okay, so I'm going to grab all of these and hit U and U one more time. Yeah, Tim, you'll have to let me know what you think of those playlists. I've made a couple newer videos based on some feedback. Yeah, I am going to redo all of these. So I'm just going to delete that and that and that and that and those I will keep. But yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think because it is very time-consuming animation. Because I'm trying to make those super useful as far as having them be helpful to people. Okay, and I want this one to go really high, I think. So we're gonna go up. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to find the end point, and then I'll animate in reverse from there. Just realized that I also need to figure out where the rotate, dang it. That's fine. I don't need it to actually rotate now that I'm thinking about it. I do need this to go out though, so this needs to be over more. And this can come down and be up this way, so like that. That's okay. This will come down like this. Cool, 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 cool. And this is not straight. Let's see how this looks. Here's a little trick that I like doing. If you right-click on your timeline, you can get, oh, just got something selected. Right-click on your timeline, you can get timeline selection options. And if you go to panel group settings, you can go stacked panels. And then if you right-click again and go to panel group settings, you can uncheck solo panels and stack. What that means is that I can have two of these open at the same time and be editing two of them. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just make this smaller. It doesn't have to be super big right now. You be smaller, you be bigger. There we go. And you, I just need to scrub. All right, so that's not the one I was looking at. That's the bumper. What's the main one? Is that it? That's the tentacles. That's just that, so I don't need that. This is just the TV turning, so I don't need that. This is possibly what I need. All right, cool. Okay, I think I built too much of this arm. Too much arm. So that comes out. Go back over here. I do need that to kind of slap. I'm gonna have that unfold after the fact. Okay, so let's go back over here. Okay, so that's where it ends up. Which one is which here? That guy needs to happen later. So he'll be totally folded up. Fold out. Okay, and then I need it to be up. So you're gonna go up like this. And it'll come up and around. Boop. Boop. Yep, there we go. Boop is a technical term. It's important to understand all the terminology. Okay. All right. So at that point, it will have been out of the screen. Let me just pull the camera back a little bit. We'll see. Yep. Okay. So come back over here. Let's grab this. Let's see. So this hits, and then we will slap it out. Slap it out. And hit K to jump over to the next frame. And I'm going to grab this one and have it be there. And I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to have it be there. Okay. So they stay right there. That's great. And while that's going on, I'm going to have this. Oh, those don't fix in position because of their parenting. So this one will come out. And let's see what that looks like over here. That's all right. The robot arm kind of folds out like this and slams down and then grabs the ground. And then I need the TV to start turning at that point right there. Where's my TV at? Where is my TV at? TV turning? Yep. Okay, so I need to first adjust my... I know I did say I was done, and then it's just a couple more tweaks. I do have to finish up though. I don't know how long I've been going here. It is like you just kind of lose track of time and you just keep going and going and going. Let's see what I was going to do. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to move this around. So I need to move my anchor point. So right there, that can be fixed in position. And then I need to move it. So I'm going to take my Y. I'm going to grab, come over here like this. Now, is that going to completely screw me up in between that? It does, dang it. But I need it to rotate there. I might cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm cheating. Let's do it. Let's cheat. Okay, I'm going to undo this. Here's a cheat. So I'm going to slap that down. I'm going to end this right here. Then I'm going to make a copy of this one by pressing Control D. I'm going to slide this one over. So you will extend beyond that point and start here. Except the difference now is that your anchor point will be different from the start. So your anchor point, my dear. Wait, why did I screw the whole thing up? Might have screwed the whole thing up. What am I missing? I don't see an anchor point movement. Hold on. Tilde. Show me all the keyframes. Anchor point is not animating. So why is it sliding? The anchor point is fixed on that one and fixed on the other one. So what's going on? Boom. That's animating. Am I crazy? I don't think. I just deleted it. How is it even moving if it's still... I'm very confused on what's happened here. All right. So this might be a good place to stop. I don't know, before I ruin anything else. I'm just going to delete this one. Pull this one off here. You come away. The position still moves. Oh, the position still moves. The position shouldn't move. You do not move. You stay where you are. Boom. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this TV swallow this arm rather than rotate on it. So I need to come back and fix this arm part though. Come back over here. This is causing a problem, so you go away. You come back over here. And the TV will now turn. So the TV is going to raise and rotate. All right. A bump in the zone. Yeah, seriously. That is often what happens is I just do something stupid and screw everything up. Okay, so I've got my... this locks down there, and then the TV's going to come up. Okay, so right there, boom. Right there. I'm going to leave a marker on where that is. So let's put a marker. Which I forgot what that was. Is that the marker? That's not the marker. I can't remember what the marker is. Layer new, no, composition. I can't remember. This is view. No, I can't remember how to put a marker down. It's really easy. It's not under. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Mask and shape. Markers. There's a whole thing. Number pad asterisks. Okay, so there's my marker. That marker should show up on my robot arm, but it is not. That's fine. We'll just go down here. And right there. We will go to the television. And we'll go number pad asterisk. There's my marker. Okay, so that's where it starts moving. So I need Z rotation, position, and anchor points to all be there. And then I'm going to have the TV over the course of about a little over a second. I'm going to have the TV move up here and rotate. Why? Okay, I'm screwing this up. So that means I'm done for the day. I don't have to get this finished today. I just wanted to get further than I was, which I am now. Now I'm just not thinking it through clearly, so I'm all done. Okay. You guys are awesome. Thanks for jumping into the chat, Tim. And here's what I've got so far. Let me show you. Got the TVs turning. Oh, I'll just scrub it because it's not going to render it all the way through. TV knobs turn, camera zooms out, stuff shoots out of the ceiling, tentacles come out, Molotov cocktail, explosion, television settles, robot arm, and then the robot arm will pull it and write it, and then we're almost done with our animatic. So that's what I've got today. If you want to see more of my stuff, you can go to corykerr.com and check out what I'm working on right now. You can check out stuff I've worked on in the past. You guys have an excellent Saturday, and I will catch you later.